Wouldn't be right without pets. Wouldn't be right
I
without them.
All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome back. Hi, Dawn. Hey, Ma Berry. Garshala. Hello, everyone. Hello. G2. Hi, Tara. How you feeling? Cadwin, Ron, Ruth, G2, Cynthia, Marilyn, TLWKY, Missy French. How are you? Hi,
Hello.
William. Hi, Karen. Prepping 101. Kit, Ruth, Dame Home, Tealwood. How is everyone? And everyone coming in. Angel Larry. Hi, Jamie. Angel Sheiks. How is that? Hey, firefighter. Ah, sweet and spicy. Awakening warrior. Hi, everyone. Hi, Leela.
Hello.
Hi, Demama. Hi, Chrissy.
Hi, Ruth.
Hi, John. Caribbean House. How are you? Hi, Lupe.
Hi, Dawn Marie.
Hi, Kathy. Hey, RJB. Hi, Brandy.
Oh, thanks, Tara.
Hi, Spartacus. Hi, Running Bear.
Spartacus.
Hi, TJ.
Spartacus.
Yeah, I am Spartacus. Yes.
Hello, Spartacus. Love the name.
I know. For the
uh,
past couple of days, I haven't uploaded, but that's because I had my 7-year-old nephew here with me, and he's special needs. So he requires 100% of my attention. And I know a few of you, well, not just a few, quite a few of you have emailed me and texted me and called me and said, "Where have you been?" My nephew Dominic has Williams syndrome, and he is very, very hyper, and he's very like loud, but he doesn't mean to be. So it would be a little difficult for me to film with him being here. So I was with him for the past 3 days. Um, my husband actually, this is a little bit of a funny story. My husband had his back turned for like 2 seconds to let the dogs out back, right? And Dominic stood on the back of this couch and tried to fly because he said that he is Black Panther. So Sean actually caught him mid-flight. So Dominic cannot be left unattended for 2 seconds because this is what he does. So
right.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He actually runs around with a cape on, you know.
Ta-da!
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And trying to get him to go night night. Yeah.
Oh boy.
I tried to tire him out by bringing him outside with me. He was on the slip and slide while I was in the greenhouses. He doesn't
Oh
go
boy.
night night.
Nice.
He does not go night night. So yeah, it was. You forget what it's like having a child in the house.
Yeah.
You really do. You forget. You know. So, but that's where I
Uh,
was.
Alma. Alma. Yes, I got your email.
Hmm.
Um, for those of you that sent in emails, I will be emailing back next week. I've been out straight. I promise I'll get back to you guys next week.
7 years old.
Oh, 7.
Yeah, that's 7. Yes, Brandy, I know the condo in Miami. They said that the ground has been sinking. And I said, well, Florida is known for sinkholes. So is that what happened? I don't know. And then they said, a lot of people brought up the fact of that U.S. Navy ship that's in the Atlantic. And they, so they said, well, could that have done anything? I don't know. There's so many things, there's so many factors that could have, been brought into this on this is what happened. But the last that I saw, which was like 2 hours ago, they found 4 people deceased, and they are still looking for 139 other people as of right now. But that
Yeah,
was
that's
2 hours ago.
right. Right.
So yeah. So it's just terrible. It really is.
Yeah.
So, hey, Six Gun. Hey, Gayle. How are you? So, yeah.
Yeah.
And then with that, what happened in Daytona Beach, they're still looking for him, for that guy.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't know. I don't know if they're going to find him or not. I really don't. So,
Was he from that area?
I don't know, because the license plate on his car was from California. So I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, Brandy, I know. I saw how it came down. And, I don't know if it was man-made or not. I really don't.
Did you hear about the flashes of light?
I did. I did.
So
But
yeah,
they
I
were
mean,
also talking about the building inspections. So I don't know what,
yeah,
there's,
a tremendous amount of inspectors and inspecting going on, but they don't do construction. So the amount of noise that was being created while the inspecting apparently was going on is
yeah,
odd. And those flashes of light, in my opinion, usually signify charges going off.
right.
Did they drill some holes in some concrete, make some noise to cover that up, and I don't know, set off some charges? I'm not saying they did,
Right. But,
but some
you would
people are
think that
implying.
why would they
Yeah.
do? I mean, there's children live in
Yeah.
there, for crying out. Why would you
Okay.
do,
All right. You want to know the theory that they came up with up here, or at least that they're saying up here?
go ahead.
All right. Now I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying the theory. Um, DeSantis has certainly been coming out and saying quite a bit of no lately, right? Kind of a black eye. Yeah, that's what they're saying. Kind of a black eye for DeSantis, isn't it? That's what they're saying. Because if you think about it, I'm not saying it's true, but if you think about it, they tend to come against people that don't do what they want.
Right.
And we wouldn't just go after DeSantis, you'd go after the people. So you would, because that's the way they are. And that's what I heard up here. And then I went back and I checked on the flashes of light and I went, yeah, there's something wrong with that.
Yeah.
So is it right? Is it wrong? I don't know. But yeah, it looked like a definitely properly placed ignition for controlled demolition, in my view.
And,
And again, I'm not saying it was, but it's what it looks like.
and for what? You're gonna
Again,
hurt children and elderly.
no, everything that they've done has hurt children. 9/11 hurt children. Even when they hit the Pentagon. I mean, they will do anything. Think of all the bombings that have happened. They've always gone after places that have daycares on the first floor. They've done it. They know that the way to bother the USA is to bother our hearts. Doesn't that include kids? Of course it does. I'm not saying I'm right, but they don't care. And, you know, there's no way inspectors cause that kind of noise. And those flashes of light were not normal.
No.
So,
But with those flashes of
yeah,
light, what
yeah,
could they have
Brandy.
possibly, what could they say that it was? Oh, it was electricity or this, that, to pass it off as something else than what it was, than what it wasn't. You know what I mean?
I like what Brandy just said. Scare tactics to pass a bill. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm sorry, but I've seen too much and I know too many other people that would not shock me in the slightest.
No.
You know, just a black eye. That's all that was.
Oh
But
my God.
you have to, yeah, but you have casualties in the meantime, right?
Oh.
It's a shame. But
Oh,
if they can do that there, I mean, let's face it, if they could do 9/11, they could do it anywhere. So no, it's not a shock, but it just means you're really not safe no matter where you go.
no.
It was an apartment complex, condominiums for crying out loud.
And if they
And
hit Miami,
yeah,
just think, what's the next metro
yeah,
area? Tampa,
right, right,
Orlando,
exactly, right,
Gainesville,
right,
Jacksonville. Come
yeah,
on.
right.
Yeah, Barb, watch Manhattan. Yeah. Hmm.
Possibly.
See, the lady Casca, that's exactly what I said. Could the flashes of light be electricity sparking? Or are they going to pass it off as that?
No,
Hmm.
no. Could they pass it off as that? Yeah. Was it? No,
Okay.
no. And right after inspectors were there? I mean, really? So what are they not doing their job? Or I mean, come on. What are they there for then?
Right.
What are they inspecting? I don't know. Um,
No. Jason, seriously? McAfee used to live in that building that collapsed, and he just died.
yeah, he
He
did.
was found dead.
Yeah, yeah.
And what was the cause of that?
Some want to say that was suicide. Yeah, right.
No.
Too
No.
convenient. Too convenient. I didn't know he lived in that condo. I don't know if that's right or not.
Someone else just say yes, yes. Yeah, they're saying, yeah. Jason Taylor, that's crazy. He did not kill himself. No, I don't believe so either.
He always said he never would, but you never know anymore. Uh, Marcy, he's not dead? Really? Where'd they put him?
Wendy just said it too. Not dead. Watch.
Yeah.
Ivanka and Jared are living in an exclusive high rise just 1 block away. Near miss.
I
Shut
heard
the
that. I did hear
shut
that.
the front door.
I did hear that, yeah, that Trumps were right around the corner. I did hear that part. Um, I don't know.
He had information stored on a hard drive that was located in that building. Son of a bitch.
What?
McAfee had his information stored on a hard drive hidden in that building. Yeah, prepping 101. He's not dead, just like Jeffrey Epstein. And he didn't kill himself either. I'm sorry, not sorry.
uh,
I
it
mean,
is amazing what's going on, isn't it?
it's, I mean,
Wow.
You know, I mean, seriously, think about it. Wow, man.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, I hope not. I hope. Oh gosh, I don't even want to repeat that. I'm not going to repeat that. I hope not.
There need to be more of these buildings. Wait,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about?
Yeah, we don't want to
Yeah.
say that.
Well, listen, it was already put out there, just repeating what was said. You know what I mean?
Yeah, some people won't see it without the live
Phil
chat though.
said it.
So.
Phil said it. People do
Yeah.
not put admin switches easily found locations. Marbury, Morton Salt executive was in the building. Morton Salt. Oh, Mike. So was this a building that was expensive to live in? I take it.
I don't know.
I don't
I
know
mean,
either. It was called
I knew it
Surfside.
was, yeah, I knew it was around the corner from Trump's. So, feasibly, yeah, but I don't know. I mean, it did look nice before it came down. I saw the before pictures. Um, but there's no way you're going to say that there was a slight collapse. When you look at just at the outside of that, you can tell that that's not a slight collapse.
$600,000 per unit.
Oh, nice. Well, again, it's seaside, right? So they could still be 1 or 2 bedroom units and not big, um, just because of their location and the view.
I haven't been to Miami in so long. I don't even remember what anything down there is like. I really don't. Unreal.
Yeah.
No, Marcy, I don't. Mm-mm. He's the trump card.
Mm.
You mean McAfee is? Is that what you're trying to say, Shane? How much for a penthouse? Ay, ay, ay. Who knows?
Really? Mm.
Hang on. I don't know if I
All
might
right.
have just gotten a delivery. I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Okay. Front, open. Front, closed. Front, open. Front, closed.
I did.
Hey, Tealwood.
Huh?
I was just saying hi to Tealwood.
Oh.
What'd you get? What'd you get?
Um, I think that it might be that rain catchment barrel, the collapsible one that I was telling you about.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because I ordered this and the oh hell. The generator and there's a cover that's got to go over the generator, so I got that because I
Yeah.
think that has to be protected when it's outside if it's raining, right? It's a weatherproof
I,
generator.
well, if it's
The
weather,
cover, the cover is weatherproof, so I got that to go over the generator,
okay.
and I got more gas cans,
Okay.
but I think it is it's the collapsible water catchment rain catchment system.
Cool.
Yeah.
All those years in my house, I did not know they had collapsible ones. I was storing
Home
1,000.
Depot.
Huh?
Home Depot, $36.
All right.
But they only
Never,
had one in stock. So as soon as they get more, I'm going to get more.
all right. Yeah, I had the 1,000 gallon tanks in a cage stacked on top of each other with the spigots and all of that out on a basketball court. And the basketball court held all my firewood for the winter plus my water storage.
Yeah.
I never used the basketball court anyway.
Okay, here's
Oh,
a picture of it if you can see it. This is what it looks like.
all right, all right.
Yeah. And it
Cool,
is $36 at Home Depot.
cool.
So, because I
How do
know
you feel?
Amazon has them, but sometimes, with Amazon, you'll get one seller that has it for 36 and then somebody else has it for 46 and somebody else has it for 50, but
Yeah.
Home Depot has them for $36.
So when you fill it, it blows up, and when you're draining it, does it collapse or what?
I don't know. I've never used one of these before,
Okay,
but
okay.
it's got holes and all. So I don't think it collapses. I think
Oh,
just when you take it, you can
okay.
take it down and store it away when it's not the
Got it.
rainy season.
Okay, got it. Got it. Wow.
I'm so excited about this. Thank you guys so much for helping me get one of these. So excited. And the generator that I got is called a Westinghouse.
Okay.
And it takes regular gas and also propane. So like I can hook the propane tank up to it that I have like for my grill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, I'm really excited.
Wow. Yeah, for those that are asking, with regard to the other thing in the emails, I'll be answering all the emails next week. I have a big list here, so um, I will be doing them now. You can ask me anything you want to tonight, though. We are going to open it up for discussion in a little bit. Well, that's good that you got that. Nice.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
I saw the greenhouse, the new one. Very good.
Yeah, I
Very
love my
good.
greenhouses. Those were from Sean. Yeah.
Stephanie, you got the solar generator one from Four Patriots. I'm still working on two of those. Yeah, it's a process here. The last time I tried, they were sold out. This last time I could only get one. I'm trying to get more than one.
Elliot, are you serious? Batteries now are sticking to people?
Oh,
It's
come
not just
on.
magnets, now it's batteries.
I think anything will stick to Elliot.
I love Elliot. I really do.
Elliot,
Elliot, you make me laugh every single day,
Elliot.
honey. I love you so much. Sean sounds like a keeper. Oh, he is. We've been married almost 25 years. I love him so much. With duct tape. You
Anything
guys,
will stick to Elliot.
you guys are so goofy, I swear. I ordered solar blankets with USB ports so USB fans will help in hurricane. Oh, Christine, really? I like those. I like that idea.
Hmm.
You're a ding dong, let me tell you. Yeah, Elliot, I know you're.
All right, Elliot, enough.
I, I can't go a day without talking to him, I swear.
Well,
Really.
maybe we could use Elliot to charge our solar generator. That would probably work. Just stick a bunch of batteries to him and plug his finger into it.
Stop.
Might work. It might
He's
work.
such a dork. I love him so.
It might actually work. What do you think, Elliot? You like that idea? Strap a couple batteries to you, really big ones. Couple car chargers. You know, on
He's a
one
personal Jackery. I've been
ear.
hearing about Jackery. And I was just like,
Oh,
I don't know what the
God.
hell that is. What's the, yeah.
So far, Elliot's the one that's able to make me laugh in here. Cut it out. Stop. I don't do that. Stop. All right.
Hey, MJ.
I like the idea of charging people for the light bill, though, Elliot. You might have something there.
I know, right?
We'd probably have to get a percentage of it, though. You know.
I know.
Um.
Uh,
Anyway. Oh goodness.
oh, stop. Better than a midget on a skateboard. Don't make fun of short people.
No, it's a bad idea around here to make fun of short people. Um.
You're terrible.
hmm. Marbury.
Um,
Marbury has a question. You want to read it?
yeah, yeah, go ahead.
No, you read it.
Oh, okay.
It
Trish,
was.
do you advise to stop contributing pre-tax into a 457B fund at Megan?
Uh, yeah, but you can keep going with it until about September. After September, yes.
Okay. And then another Megan, unless this is the same Megan. Speaking of generators, do you think there will be, oh, thunder. Do you think there will be an orchestrated mass grid down soon? According to someone else, there was discussion about someone was getting their propane tank filled because they were oh honey, thank you, going off grid, okay, and they were getting a very large propane tank installed at their off grid location, and they were talking about the person who worked at the company said something about very smart lady going off grid, getting propane installed. Uh, the people who own the business are advising all of their employees to go and get the biggest propane tanks that they could possibly afford installed on their property because of something that's going to be happening by August. But nothing else was explained even more. So I don't really know, any more than that.
August 10th, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yes, Missy, I agree with you. Stack canned meat as much as you can. Yeah, honey, I agree with you, baby. Yeah.
So was that a question? Or was that just a comment?
No, yeah, I was just replying to Megan because she said, do you think we're going to be having mass grid down? And I said, yeah, I think so, because of what I had heard. And that's why I explained what I had heard from that other content creator.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if TJ is still in here, but she's the one that had brought it to attention.
Yeah.
So,
Well, they've already recently mentioned that they're going to be
lady,
testing
yes. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
that they're going to be testing the system to try to make it hack proof. They've already said that recently, very recently. The powers that be will be testing it. That tells you, one, get ready for a few days, if not longer, of grid down. But for me, what it says is they're telling you ahead of time, they're going to shut it off. And they haven't told you when they're going to turn it back on.
Right. Right.
So, answer, is it going to be August 10th, I don't know, but be ready. Be ready.
Right.
Do I think it's going to happen? Yeah, I'm shocked actually that it hasn't yet, but they're not telling you a lot versus what they are telling you.
Okay.
Yeah, someone else here, yeah, asking, weren't they testing it July 9th? That wouldn't shock me, but I heard August 10th. So just be ready. I
Yeah.
mean, know where your stuff is so that you can do what you need to do, and make sure you have a way to cook food. That's going to be the biggest thing, really.
Yes. I have
More than
3
even
different ways to
lights.
cook food.
Yeah,
Hmm.
more than even lights, because you only have to deal with that for so many hours out of the evening anyway.
Yes.
But it's the cooking that people are going to have the hardest time with.
Yes.
And it's not so bad now in nice weather that you can grill outside, okay, but we don't know how long that's truly going to last, you know? Um,
Yes.
I doubt very much on the testing part of it.
I don't
I
know.
think they're I think they're testing us. I think they're testing our reaction. Create the problem, remember, see the
Yes.
reaction,
Right.
offer the solution, and then reach their goal, correct? I've always
Right.
said
I
that
agree
from
with
day one.
I don't think it'll ever be a, lights out, that's it, because then there
No,
would be too much panic. I think they're going to be
right.
testing here, testing
Yeah,
there, testing here,
yeah,
testing there, and then
yep.
it's going to be done, lights out. All
Well,
right.
yeah, 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 to a degree, yes. Test that area, test that area. Yes, you're right. And
Right.
then people think that testing becomes normal. So that when it happens, oh, it's just being tested. That's what they'll think.
Right. Like
Well,
California, they're used to rolling blackouts, so it's
right.
nothing to them.
So isn't that just like conditioning you, right? So just get ready for it, man. Find out on that first so-called test, find out where your holes are and plug them. Plug them. Do what you got to do. But it's so hard. It's so difficult, especially for people with limited income. It's so difficult to do that because you're prepping for so many things,
Yes.
and now having to prep for that means you're taking it away from something else. They don't
Yes.
make it easy on you,
No.
you know?
Yes, I know.
And that's part of why we're trying to do what we're doing here. We're trying to help,
Yes.
however we can.
Yes, that's why I wanted to get the range catchment barrel. Somebody had said how many gallons is 50 gallons. So that's why I wanted this one. And the generator, it does the gas and the propane. The gas tank on it is 4.7 gallons. So, and it runs for 13 hours with either regular gas or with propane. So,
Outdoors.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I have a concrete slab out by my side garage door.
Yeah. Um, where is it? Yeah, Ruth, testing people's reactions. That's exactly what I was saying.
Hi,
That's
Mama
that's what
Gal.
they're looking to do. They're just trying to figure out, as well as I say, and we have said here over and over again, find out where your holes are. All they're trying to do is find out where their holes are. Once they figure out what our reactions are, then they'll know what to reinforce and what to fix on their end. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's just, you know, you just got to be able to maybe not necessarily show your reaction, but reinforce whatever holes you have.
Yes.
You were mentioning the rain catchment barrels. There are certain states now, I don't know if they've succeeded, but there's certain states that are working to make rain catchment illegal.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Has it passed yet?
Not here.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I didn't think it was Florida. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was Arizona, Nevada, and somewhere else.
Yeah,
Because
where there's a
they're
lot of
doing
drought.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're doing it not on the drought end, but they're saying, well, these certain people, of course, they're groups, they're the elites, have the groundwater rights. So, in other words, any runoff, any rain is theirs. Really?
Funny.
So I don't know if they passed that bill. Okay, so on here, Oregon, Washington passed it a long time ago.
Mm.
Um, hard to believe that they could say some rain falling from the sky has already been claimed before it ever hit the ground. Really?
It's not true, but that's what they want to make you believe. But as someone had said, I live in an HOA. I can't have a rain catchment system. That's why I don't live in an HOA, but my county is so strict about everything. That's why I wanted to get the collapsible one.
So you
So they
can't
can't.
even have a so you couldn't even have a bucket out next to one of your downspouts to be able to collect rainwater? Is that true?
That's why I wanted the collapsible one, so they can't say anything.
Right, but I'm not saying you, I'm saying in those other states. Is that correct? You can't do
Right.
that at all?
No.
That's
From
I'm
from
sorry,
my
fascinating.
understanding, no, I don't.
That's,
But I
that's
could be wrong. But from what I understand, no, you cannot collect rain at all.
Kit. Yeah, probably air rights too. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that may come up. Unbelievable. Yeah, I do it no matter what. I don't care. Fine. You wanna try to find me on it? I deal with it. You know?
What you
No way
could
in
say
the
is
world.
that you water your garden with it. Mm.
Yeah, you water your garden with it, or if the grid is down, you can use it for toilets. I mean, anything like that. So that's ridiculous that they would try to stop people from doing that. Unbelievable. Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, Lady Casca, I know. I've seen those, and they're like really, really expensive because those. I was looking at those, and they're like $400-$500.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually was considering making one of my blue rain barrels look like that. And how do you do it and turn it brown and put the black straps on it so it looks like one of those big old wine barrels. And
Yeah.
I looked into that. Um, Easier said than done, though. If they start to overflow for any one particular reason, that would be tougher to do. Uh, wow, wow, unreal. They were mentioning on Alaskan Prepper very recently. If it wasn't today, it was very, very recently about a guy who invented and put in place a machine that created water from the air. And it was able to produce so many gallons, I guess, a day or whatever, in an arid region. And
Okay.
somebody came in and destroyed it. Destroyed it. Um, okay, it was today. I knew I saw it. Um, so if you want, go on the Alaskan Prepper channel and check it out. It's amazing that they would do that. I mean, this guy was putting it there to offer help to a community, right? It's amazing how they come after people that want to help others, isn't it? Um, and yeah, watch that.
Yeah,
It's
I will.
sad. It's sad that they could do that. It's something that could help whole communities. But I guess some people just don't care. And there's no way that it's the average person that did that. I'm sure it was the people that aren't getting paid for the water, right? I mean, the average citizen wouldn't have a motive to want to destroy it.
All right.
Yeah, they need us dependent on the grid. Exactly. Unbelievable. Oh, anyway. Um, well, what's one of the first things that when people started to go off grid, they were doing the solar and of course, raising their own animals. Now they're trying to tell you that you have to kill your chickens and they're trying to make you more dependent on them. And I mean, why do they have to do that? Why do they, you know, feel that they have to tear you down when you're just trying to live your own life? It's amazing. Oh, anyway. All right. So the topic for tonight is autumn.
Yes.
The topic for tonight is
And Lady Casca said it. So what's this force majeure?
whoa. I'm sure you've all seen the video. You know how controversial it was. And then, of course, people started saying, that can't happen. We won't say
Dun,
who
dun,
said it.
dun, Heidi.
Dun, 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 dun. Yes. So we won't say who said that, but
Oh,
you, but you heard it here first, because I do believe we were the first ones to put that out.
yes, we were. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason why, because we know about it and
Yeah.
other people. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were a little late to the show. But anyway, that's okay. Um, so I don't know. Ask me whatever you want to know. I don't know what you want to know, so ask me anything you want.
Oh, Heidi, it made
Um,
you nervous. Listen, it's going to make you nervous because it's the truth, right?
Force majeure?
Spill it. Yes,
Yes.
Stephanie, we're spilling the tea, honey.
So if you were around for 2008 and you heard about, the Great Recession, um, all right, Lady Casca, that was funny. Um, anyway, if you were around for that, and if you were around for the 80s when the actual stock market crash kind of happened, but they delayed a lot of it, you know how creepy and scary it is when
Yeah,
it starts. And that's why they stopped it. They weren't ready for it. They're still not ready for it 20, well, almost 40 years later. They're still not ready for it.
yeah.
Gonna happen at some point. None of us can really say what day, but I can tell you what time. I know it's going to be right before lunch.
All
I
right,
know that.
11:48.
Yeah.
And Larry, 3 days.
What?
He said, "How from the point that we hear those words, how long do we have?" I said, 3 days.
Oh, no. No, no, no. No, you were wrong on that. You do not have 3 days. That's what it's
I,
going to probably take for it to happen. You won't have 3 days. When you
oh
hear
well.
that,
Oh,
it's too late.
oh, okay.
It's too late. You need to be doing it now. You need to be prepped now. You don't want to be waiting. But it's like one of those things. Make sure you have the fire extinguisher in the right place of your home for a fire, right? You don't want to wait to go out to the store to buy it when you think you may have one, when you may have a fire. You want to know you've got things prepped and in the right spots. With regard to that, when it happens, it's going to be such a shock to everybody. Initially, even someone like myself will be like, oh my God, and kind of stunned for a moment. But you gotta be ready. It's just like having a medical kit. If somebody gets hurt, you know where it is. You've got to just go into emergency mode and go to it and deal with it and take care of it. You got to have a plan. So what's your plan? Stock first. Get your preps ahead. You can't go ordering silver later. It won't, it's not that you can't buy some afterward, but you're going to miss a big chunk of the good price. Any of this that's going to happen, the banks will know about it first. The credit card companies will know at the same time because the credit card companies are all attached to the banks. Don't rely on your credit line at all because chances are you won't have it. Your debit card won't work. Have some
Right.
cash on hand.
Right.
You got to have some plan. And I wouldn't be planning to go to the bank. You know, even a grocery store, that would be a last resort, really, for me to even consider going to, because I don't want to be out there with the masses. MJ, Google force majeure. Watch the video.
Watch the video. Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Yeah, watch the video. I explained it in as much detail as I could, and I did trim off some stuff when I did it, but I didn't trim off anything you guys need. It's all there.
All right.
Watch it 3 times if you have to. And I understand for people that haven't been in the financial community, it may be a little bit tough to digest. That's why I say watch it 2 or 3 times. Sweet and spicy, how will you rent a house if your credit scores aren't good, or sorry, how will you rent a house if your credit scores are not
Used
used
or
or irrelevant? Oh, well, you can rent a house pretty easily, but you're with regard to your question, if they don't use your credit scores, in other words, you haven't built up credit based on that, so they're not reporting you for payment or lack of payment. That's what I assume you mean. How can you get another place? Just by a written reference from your landlord. I mean, that's really what they want anyway. Yeah, they'd like a good credit score, but someone who has been at a place for a long period of time and has good references, that'll usually work. Okay, you're asking if you have good credit, but in an SHTF situation, how can I rent? Again, I'm just not clear on the question. You're talking about renting again in a new place? How can you get a place? I don't know. Does that mean you're out of the place that you're in? You're not, you know. Tara, will credit scores even matter? To some degree, yes. But in most people's cases, they're going to be pretty bad. In case anybody hasn't figured out, the economy is kind of in the toilet right now. Everybody's sky high in debt. Hopefully, you can keep it under wraps, you know, and paying your bills and keep it decent. Kashamal, yeah, Janet Yellen this week warning of a catastrophic default. Yes. Is she warning of force majeure? Well, yes and no. Autumn, I think I sent you that too, on Janet Yellen's. Yes, she was flat out saying, you know, we have to raise the debt ceiling, and if we don't raise the debt ceiling, we're going to have an absolute collapse. Would that then be force majeure? It can be. The fact that she's saying the words collapse, the fact that she's saying catastrophic, should give you a huge warning. If you have more than 1 month's worth, this is, what date is this? This is the 24th, 25th of June. If you have more than 1 month's worth of money in the bank, make sure by the end of the 28th, that's not the same case. Take it out of there. Very seriously. Take it out of there. I don't want to see the system collapse, but I do know it's going to happen no matter what. Not on the 28th, but I do think it's going to happen, and I don't want you guys to get caught in it. So leave one more month's worth of money in there for bills and just stay safe. And that means don't leave it in their hands. I don't trust them. I don't know why you would want to trust them. If you know more than me, great. Fill me in on some details, but I don't trust them. 28th of what month? This month. So I'm not leaving it in there. You do what you want, but I'm not doing it. Yes, this month. And don't freak out about it and say, well, I have to do it by the 28th. I'm just saying, you know what? Don't wait. Basel III is for the end of the month. That's what it's scheduled for. I'm not saying that they're going to do it because I don't think they're ready for it, but that's their schedule. And no, I don't think that's going to make the banks collapse. But the fact that they're putting all these things in line, and then you got Yellen coming out here saying, potential catastrophic default. Hello, guys, just, put two and two together. Because to
Thank
me,
you.
all I see is they've been lining up dominoes. That's all they've been doing. And it's only going to take one to have it all go down.
Right.
That's all they're doing. This nitwit Powell, he's for the Federal Reserve, all they're doing is building a house of cards with every bit of money printing that they're doing. They're just adding to the house of cards. But you got to remember, at the end of the day, it's still a house of cards.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how tall it gets or how beautiful it looks and what colors they use. Doesn't matter. It's still a freaking house of cards.
Yeah. Yeah.
All somebody's going to have to do is blow on it.
I know.
Those people, they anytime one of them opens their mouth, I get a headache.
Concentration camps, your home.
I'm sorry, what?
Brandy, I was just reading her comment. She said concentration camps, your home in place, limited to products.
Oh, Brandy.
Yeah.
Brandy.
She always gets me right here.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Own your land. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
can. If you can. Now I have a headache.
Water flow, food, cash, solar gen.
Yeah, UK first and then the USA. Yes, we always follow the UK.
Yeah.
Always. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
what it is. It happens there and then it hits here. It's uh but yeah, when you get pardon the way I'm going to say this, when those creatures from the Federal Reserve come out and start talking, I just want to crawl in a hole because that's the only place I feel safe when they start talking. Um, man, now I got a headache. Thanks, Brandy.
Yeah, Diva, do you have much to pay off on your car loan? I don't like having payments. It bothers me. If I didn't have a mortgage, I would be, oh my gosh, I would be so happy. But, that's hell. I got a long way to go.
Yeah, don't we all?
Uh-huh.
Um, what?
But if I can avoid having like extra payments, like I don't have a car payment, you know what I mean? I don't have, stuff like that because I have like one major payment, that's my mortgage. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
All
Nah.
right. Who's got the name in here? Walmart. They're planning ahead for a lockdown in the UK in 3 weeks. Really?
Yeah, June 17th, or sorry, July 17th or something like that. It starts, and it's a
Where did
permanent
they
one or
announce
something.
that? Where did they announce that? I didn't hear it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I've been
amazing. I
seeing
hear
it
a
all
lot of
over the
stuff.
place. I don't know where it originally started, the originally posted, but yeah, I've been hearing about it.
I hear a lot of stuff that I did not hear. Um, well, it wouldn't shock me. Um, but that just goes to reinforce what I've said before, right? Be stocked, get what you need to get. Um, does it mean it's going to happen here then? No. I mean, I think we had said at one point, end of summer, for the start down, for the start up, I guess I should say, or the restart up of the economy slumping. So if they do another lockdown, then that would definitely insure it, right? Um,
Scarshala, where? Tell me. She said some places are already doing a third lockdown. Where?
right. And not only that, what about Canada? Still locked down or no?
I don't know. Cabin girl, are you in here? Canadian cabin girl. She's normally in here, and
Right.
so she would know.
Wow. So for anybody watching this on the replay, click the live chat button so that you can see everything that they're writing
Mhm.
in here because we couldn't possibly repeat it all.
Yeah.
Um, you'd have to follow along with it. But so
Okay.
Canada still locked down.
Lab mom of two. Canada is locked down. All right.
Wow.
Thanks, honey. Thank you. I appreciate you,
Thank
baby.
you. Yeah.
Yep. And
Um,
gaming with crazy. They're in Canada. They're locked down. All right. Thank you, honey.
no, no, this is G2. Canada hasn't. Oh, Canada hasn't unlocked. Wait a minute. Since when? Since the beginning? Like a year and something ago? Or more recent? Is this a second lockdown?
I don't know, but Scarshala just said Sydney, Australia is on a
Well,
third lockdown.
well, well, we all know it's inevitable they're going to do it here, but they're pumping out info like they're trying to reopen and they want you to get back to work and they're going to shut down unemployment because they want you to be working. Well, that all of that would go out the window if they do another lockdown, all of it. Um,
I know JK. She has to go to Cancun. She has a special needs son, and that's where he goes for a stem cell treatment. So, and
oh,
she's scared. She's scared to
oh,
fly. I don't blame
yeah,
her. He's got to get these treatments done.
yeah, eh,
This is, not something new that she's been doing with her son for stem cell.
yeah,
So she's flipping, and I don't blame her.
yeah. I was asked to do something and take a trip, and I canceled because I wasn't going to get on the plane.
Right.
So I
Yeah, I
understand.
remember you said you took your own advice.
Yeah,
Hey, Lake, how you doing, honey?
yeah. Um, so Mary Lou, will we receive the 2000 stimulus? I have said all along that even though they said 500 and then they said 1,000 and then they said 1,200, I've said all along it'll be 2,000. And after the 2,000, what's coming. UBI. In what
Yeah.
form? 2000. It's exactly what I said all along. And I don't strive to be right. It's just the information I have. So I'm telling you what I have.
Yeah.
So will we get it? Yeah, we'll get it. What timing? I don't know. I really have no idea right now when we're going to get it. But
Right.
it'll probably be conveniently around the time that they lock everybody down,
Right.
potentially. Um, I'm
Um,
not,
I'm
go ahead.
sorry.
I was
No,
going to say, I was just going to say that I'm not one that will immediately believe that they'll give it to you right prior to lockdown so that you can stock up for a lockdown. I think if they're
right.
going to give it to you, it would be either announcing a lockdown or shut down and then give it to you.
Right.
Because I don't think their real purpose of giving it to you is to help you prep. Why would they want to do that? Even though they want you to spend it and create the money velocity, which is their true goal in giving you the stimulus, they want you to spend it, but I don't think they want you to prep.
Um, Gailey, Gailey has a question. She wants to know, will retired folks not receive monthly Social Security checks after all of this?
I've said almost from the beginning, every year that I find out Social Security is still going, I'm surprised. Will they pull the plug on it at some point? Yeah, but that will be with UBI. UBI will become what all the other programs are. They'll take them all and they'll condense them, and it'll be called UBI.
Yeah.
There was a question here. Hang on a minute. I'm trying to find it now.
Hi, Sir Charles and Mr. Winston Beans. I see a cat as your picture, so I'm guessing those are the names of your cats. And this is your first time into chat, new to prepping and scared about everything. That's okay. You've come to the right place.
Patty Canders, are CDs safe? No, they're not. It's a paper contract. Nothing with a bank right now that is paper is worth the paper it's on. So no, they're not safe. That also goes for 401ks, IRAs, anything like that. It's a paper contract.
My daughter never got a stimulus, even though she's
Yeah, Steve Hall, UBI for the ones that are vaccinated. You probably have that correct. I would say so. However, I think initially people will get it, and then they'll let you get used to getting it. And then in order to keep it, you would have to have that.
um,
There's always conditions.
right. Now, our newcomer says, my daughter never got a stimulus, even though she is below minimum wage, was supposed to get money back on taxes, and IRS told her they could verify her identity, so they're keeping her money.
They couldn't verify?
Sir Charles and Mr. Winston Beans, is that could or could not? Waiting to hear back. So
Yeah.
could not
was,
verify. Could not verify her daughter's identity. So they were
okay.
holding her money. That's
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah, and they will with anyone that they can't verify. Sure. Sure. That's
But if
amazing.
she's already
It's
making
amazing.
minimum wage,
Right. So they can take your cash, which, had to be put in some way, somehow. So your job had to verify your identity, and a bank would have had to verify your identity in order to cash your check or have an account there, and the IRS can't. That sounds fishy to me.
Yeah, and she just said she was born here in the U.S., has Social Security number, has a birth certificate. So what is there not to verify here?
Right. Yeah. Well, the longer they can keep it, if they think about this, the longer they can keep it, if they can do that to 1,000 people or 100,000 people or, hey, 1,000,000 people, and that amount equals X, the longer they can hang on to that money, you know, the more they can do with it, perhaps, or, you know, because
Yeah,
you can't see the IRS,
and just
you know?
like Brandy said, what does the bully try to do in school?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was the this is going back a ways, but I was the one in my high school that went around and beat up the bullies. And boy, I did a good job at it because they never expected it. And I would. Anybody that picked on somebody else, I would always have somebody coming to me going, "Hey, what about me?" But you got to do what you got to do. So, oh. Steve Hall, you've been prepping since 2008. Congratulations. I have not been. I have only been doing it for just over a year, and it is a daunting task. So, yeah, it's good to see that people have been doing it for a long time.
The IRS is closed. Really? True American Loretta.
Yeah, isn't everything closed right now? I mean, half the FBI building is closed. Come on, something is going to happen. Half of
I know.
DC is shut down.
I I made a video on this and I got called out. It's not closed, or it is closed due to COVID. No, it's not.
A lot
It's
of things
there's
are
more to
closed.
it than just COVID. I'm sorry.
A lot of things are closed. I'm not saying everything is closed, but there are certain things that are absolutely shut down. I mean, on one side of the FBI building, it's all boarded up. Yeah, you could call that construction if you want to. I don't think so, but whatever. Think what you want. Something's going on, and they don't want us to know, or they don't want us to see.
Yeah.
That spot that's all boarded up on the back of the FBI building, which is technically actually the front of the FBI building, it's all solid glass. So either
Mm-hmm.
they're getting ready for something
Yeah.
by boarding it up,
Yeah, something is
or
going on, Missy. You're right.
yeah,
I mean, what the when has the FBI building ever been shut down?
I don't know that it is fully shut down. There are people that are actually going in and out of the building through the parking garage in the back, and that is absolutely seen on video. So there are
Yeah,
people
but
there.
the people that work there.
Yes,
But I mean, they give tours and stuff like
oh sure,
that.
right.
But
Well, the fewer people with cameras to see what's going on there right now and be able to film. I mean, come on, why would they want you there if something could happen? We don't know. We don't know. Right
right,
now, we're we're guessing. We have no idea really, but there's enough verified places that are shut down there
right,
that make me question why are they shut down in the middle of summer.
right, right. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people are still saying, I didn't get my tax refund. My grandson, Kathy, your grandson, he didn't get his tax refund. They didn't get their stimulus. It seems like a lot of people. And Lady Casca said, I didn't get my refund. It's still pending. What's really going on here?
Well, there's been how many now? How many stimulus? There was the 600, right? And then was
Well,
it 1200?
oh, Brandy, hey, Miss
Wasn't
Honey,
it like 6 and then 12? Was there another 12? I don't remember
there
now.
was 1,200, then there was 600, and then there was another 12. No, there was three. That's what I do know. There was three. Am I right?
I don't know because I only got the first one. I never got anything after that.
Anyone?
And
Anyone?
I should have, but I didn't.
Thank you, Larry, honey. Anyone? Anyone? And remember, was there three? How many stimuluses were there? Oh, isn't that terrible? I got, okay, Sir Bean, you got the first two, but not the last one. Okay, so there was three. And isn't there supposed to be another one? Is there a fourth one? Or is this the fourth one only going for child?
1,200, 600, and 1,400. Really?
Right, right. But isn't this new one supposed to be for children? It's only yes, thank you, K Dog. Child tax. Yes.
Well, somewhere along the way, I'm missing 2,000 then. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you, hon. Thank you, Tom. But I wasn't sure. Uh, are they going to? Is this going to be the last one? For the child tax credit, or okay, $300 for child begins July 1st. Okay, now kids 6 and under is 300. Kids 7 to 18 is 250. Huh. Wow. Okay. Community question: What will your new dark ages skill be?
Uh,
Well, listen, I can make anything grow from seed. I and I'm very good with building things. So, and I can cook anything, you know. And I can start a fire with a magnifying glass. My son taught me how to do that. Um, yeah, I mean, I can do a lot of things. I can do a lot of things. I know how to fix cars. Yeah.
Tom, you had a question. I just don't know what the question is.
China extending from 1 to 3 kids tax credit.
It seems to me that you were asking, you won't get any if you do not take a shot. Well, at a certain point, yes, if that's your question. Um, they're just gearing you up to have to take the cash. And at some point, they'll make it conditional.
A Bigfoot. G2. Stop. We'd be rich. If our fur babies, if we could collect texts.
Oh, that would be good, wouldn't it?
Oh my God. I got 3 dogs and 8 cats. I'd be rich.
Oh my. Yeah. Yeah, that's a little much.
No, it's not. Listen, these guys cost more than kids.
You're probably right. Yeah.
Oh, but with their vet bills and everything. Oh my gosh, yes. Patches, what are you doing?
Um, so, who has more than 1 month's money in the bank? And I'm not asking for dollars. I'm saying, why do you still have it in there? We've been talking about this for 11 or 12 weeks now. Yeah, it takes a little while to RJB. It's right here. Okay. Right there. It takes a little while to be able to get money out. You should be taking it out in moderation, but regularly. I would never say take it all out now and cause a problem, but get it the heck out. Um, I mean, I wake up
Date.
some days just with jitters because of the info I get the night before. You don't want to leave it in there. You just don't. Um, uh, kids, 1069. Want to redo the house, do the siding. Uh, you can afford to do so, and it's cheap enough to do now, fine. But if you're not well stocked and you're not prepared and prepped for what's coming, and that means about 3 years worth of food, don't go putting it into siding for your house. Um,
Where I missed
autumn
it.
what?
Don't leave money in the bank, Tennessee prepper. That's what she's talking about. Take it out little by little, baby.
Um, yeah, don't leave what and where. Yeah, take it out, figure out what you got in there and what you're gonna have in there for the next 3 months and just divide it by three and take that amount out each month for the next 3 months. But honestly, I do it a lot faster. I don't want to see anything go beyond the end of this month and people have good big chunks of change in there. It's not good.
No.
Um, will automated payments be stopped? Probably not, right? Especially if you have the money in the bank because they'll want to be taking your cash.
Yeah.
How would that work if the banks are shut down? I think the automated part will still work. I think they just won't allow you access to your money.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
you'll still be able to do phone transfers from one account to another. I've got a business account and personal account. I can swap over from one account to another regularly. I think you'll still be able to do that. I think you just won't be able to go in for cash.
But what about those of us that have um, automatic deposit, like with our paychecks? Like with
Yep.
Sean,
Yeah.
his paycheck is automatic deposit. He doesn't get a check
Yeah,
that,
you remember a while back it was a choice. You could have automatic deposit, but then it was, oh no, now you have to have automatic deposit, right?
yeah,
It always starts out that way. Just like the UBI is you're going to get it, but then it's going to be conditional, right?
right.
So it always starts that way. Um, I'm not saying that you won't be able to still get direct deposit, but with a collapse, the dollar's going to go to crap. So it's not
Right.
going to matter if it's direct deposit or not.
Right.
It's still going to have no
Well,
value.
no, what I'm saying is because we have the direct deposit, okay? And if I try and go and take money out and the banks have collapsed, I can't get that money out.
Right?
So
Correct.
I'm screwed no matter
It's
what.
in every it's in every whatever, whenever it becomes available kind of week. It's in every whatever your after your payments are made, it's grab the available and leave enough to keep the account open.
Right.
That's what that's going to be. Um,
So my best bet would be to just leave the amount in there to pay my bills because
yeah,
everything is automatic withdrawal with me.
yeah,
I know it
I know,
is.
I know.
And take everything else out and just hope that I can get to the bank on time to get everything else out before.
Yeah, leave a spare $100 in there or something like that. Just leave enough in there for to make sure that you're not going to have an overdraft for any reason. But yeah,
Okay.
Sweet and Spicy was asking about if you have a choice to live, if you have a choice of where to live, do I recommend leaving big cities?
Yeah.
Well, what they're going to try to do is force you into the big cities because that's what they want. The big city areas, they're more controllable. There's more eyes, right? Big Brother is more prominent there. So they're going
Yeah,
to want you to be in the cities.
right.
That's why right now what they're doing, BlackRock and of course the Federal Reserve backing BlackRock is buying up so many homes. I'm sure
Right.
you guys have heard the stories over and over and over and over and over again of the houses selling for $50,000 over and $30,000 over the asking price.
Yes.
Those aren't average citizens. Not all. They're not all average citizens that are offering that kind of money. It's BlackRock, who is predominantly owned by who? Take a wild guess.
What?
BlackRock. Who are they
Oh,
prominently owned by?
I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Um, so BlackRock and the Federal Reserve, who is backing BlackRock, they
Hmm.
are buying up those houses, and they don't care that they're offering $30,000 to $50,000 more than what the asking price is, because
Right.
they don't care. It's not their money. It's printed, just extra printed cash. They don't care. They just the reason for it isn't necessarily to give those homeowners extra money because they know they're going to deplete the dollar and you're going to lose it anyway. It's to make sure that you, as the average homeowner, can't buy that property. They don't
Right.
want you to be able to buy it, so they're offering more money to make sure that you get stuck renting somewhere else and you can't buy a home. That's why
Rockefeller.
they're doing it. They're swallowing up everything. They're doing whole neighborhoods. So, do I think you should not be in a city? Yes.
I don't know. Is it to control housing? That's a good question,
It's to control
Chris.
housing, but it's to control the people. It's to control the population and where you live. Because
Right.
that doesn't mean they're going to put those houses back up to sell again. They want you to rent. They will rent them out. They will control you. They're long-term investments for them. So they don't care that they're paying 50 to 60 or more $1,000 over the asking price.
Unreal.
Um, so I don't know if I
Yeah.
missed it. Does anybody have any questions on force majeure or not? And
I,
I'm
they've
sorry if
been
I
going by so fast, I can barely
sorry
keep.
if you have one and I missed it, throw it in again and I'll do what I can. Um, BlackRock,
But
a large investment firm, and yeah, they're buying up everything they can.
in Germany, they sold jewelry to stay alive. Jesus, my God.
They sold the fillings from their gold teeth to stay alive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they pulled their own teeth. They had to. They didn't have a choice.
My Lord. It's almost like it's too much sometimes. It really is. It really is. I'm gonna get my husband to listen. What? How can I get?
Sweet and spicy. If you want me to explain force majeure, hun, it's super long. I can't do it in the next half hour. Really, watch the video. If you want, did you send me an email, sweet and spicy? I don't know if you did or not. If you didn't, send me one and I'll send you the video. It explains it all.
KDS 1069 time. She says, Trish, how can I get my husband to listen? Seriously. What can I have him read or watch that will really get to him?
You're the only one that knows them, and I don't know what will do that. I don't know. I don't know. You're gonna have to figure that out because some people are just so damn stubborn. They're not gonna listen no matter what I say.
That's the damn truth right there.
I mean, I can offer all kinds of advice, but it's not going to do any good if I'm knocking on, brick. It's not going to
Yeah,
help. I don't know what to tell you. You're the only one that
yeah.
knows them.
Wherever you think it's going to hit them the most, where it's going to hurt the most, find it and give it to them and be like, here.
Right. Some people just have to come to the end of themselves to figure that out.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is for them. Uh, yeah, some people, TM, talking about bugging out. That's way too drastic. I mean, for me, I got to see bullets flying really close by me to be doing that. I wouldn't be bugging out.
No.
No,
Mm-mm. That's why,
no,
like, I'm doing everything I can around my house, like I am, because I don't want to go anywhere, until,
yeah,
we find a bug out location to move to. But
yeah,
until that point, I'm doing everything that I can. If as an SHTF situation were to happen very soon,
yeah,
we're going to have everything that we have here to survive.
yeah,
You know, I've got
yeah.
2 gardens. I've got all of my edible trees. I've got 24 edible trees here.
And that's all well and good as long as they don't get raided, right?
Well,
The
right,
fence.
but what I'm saying is, like a it, any kind of SHTF situation, okay, like whatever the case may be. I mean, I'm not saying raided where they're going to come in, they're going to take all my stuff. I'm not talking about anything like that. To the point where I don't have to bug out. I can bug in, and that is it. I'm good. I think my only hole would be gas, generator, that type of thing.
Yeah,
I have to get more gas cans or propane tanks. Like, the propane tanks that go on a grill,
yeah,
those.
yeah. Um, Angel, send me an email with that question. Um,
You're Chris, you know what? You're 100% right, honey. You really are. He said, I think something is coming soon, and the government is trying to keep it as quiet as long as they possibly can. This actually hurts people because they don't know how to prepare. But see, that's why there's people like us, people like me, people like Trish, and even
yeah,
people like all of you that are in the comment section right now. If you can get the word out as much as you possibly can, and I know people look at you and go, rah, rah, rah,
right, right,
if
right.
you can get the word out, I don't care what you do, start up your own channels and say, listen, this is what you should be doing right now.
Yeah.
Even if you start blogging, not vlogging, but blogging,
Mhm.
or however you do it, yeah. I mean, seriously, get the word out,
Yeah,
even if it's just your neighbor,
yeah.
you know, I mean,
That's it.
serious.
Yeah, yeah. It's just one of those things where you can't protect everything. They're saying in here, that they could raid gardens, they could do anything in the middle of the night, of course.
Oh,
Um,
I'm going to go get something. I'm going to show you something. Okay,
okay.
ahead. Go ahead.
I think if they're going to do something like that, they're going to go for a place that's bigger. They're going to go for outlying areas of local farms that they know about. I don't necessarily think they're going to try for smaller greenhouses in somebody's backyard. I think they're going to go for something bigger. Um, Marbury, I asked Angel to send me an email. I'll answer that question privately.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Sweet and spicy. You had said about the good prices at propane tanks at Walmart, and they have gauges. I found this at Rural King. It's a propane level indicator. It was $6.99.
Good.
It's magnetic. It's reusable. It sticks to the tank, but it's magnetic, and it tells you when it's time to refill, when it's almost empty, when it's full, stuff like that. Because I
Yeah.
was asking Sean the other day, I said, do you know if there's any propane left in the tank so I can grill? He goes, I don't know. I don't know.
Right.
Goofball. So that's when
Right.
I took the picture of me cooking outside on the fire pit because he
Uh-huh.
didn't know if there was any gas left in the propane tank. So I was like, I'll
Okay.
just use the fire pit to make those kebabs and the corn on the
Yeah.
cob. But I
Yeah.
found this. So if you guys have a Rural King near you, you can get this for $6.99. Propane level indicator. Yeah.
Good.
So.
Yeah. What we did here is a little bit different. I wasn't going to do, although we have the ability to do a grill. We did the small cans of safe heat, and they last for about 6 hours. Here we have, for the indoor range, we have a glass top grill. So if you take one and put it on the glass top range, and another one, a few inches apart from each other, probably a foot apart from each other, and then put two blocks of wood that are level on the opposite sides. And then you take the rack from your oven out and put it on top of the two blocks of wood with the two things of safe heat underneath. You can do a pot and boil water or make anything you want. And you can do a frying pan and make anything you want there. They last 6 hours,
Nice.
they say, and they work really well. So you're indoors, there's no problem with fumes. They're called safe heat. They're very cheap. Nikki got a couple of cases of them. I do want to get some more of them. They
Okay.
last a good long time, and you can use them indoors, so you don't have to be bothered with any kind of weather.
Okay.
So that's what we were going to do. I think they're good and safe. They're not the ones that are made out of gel. They're in oil with a wick, so
Oh,
it continuously burns and burns at the same temperature while it's going versus the ones that are gel and it burns down and you get less heat with those.
okay. Okay.
So they work really well, and you can do it indoors, and it's just great.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
Megan just said Sam's Club has them a case of 12 for
yeah,
$16.
yeah,
Okay.
and I never have more than two pot. It's just two of us here, so I never have more than two things cooking at one time anyway. So maybe something with water in it and a frying pan cooking meat or whatever.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
so you can do two of them at one time easily. You can do more,
All
as
right. I'll
long as
have to
you
go to
use them.
Sam's and get them. All
Yeah,
right. Thank
and
you.
you use the oven rack, so you already know that you can use it for temperature and stuff. And make sure those two planks of wood that you're putting on the opposite side are tall enough to be above the safe heat, but not too high, because you want the pan to be able to be affected by the heat that's under it, right? But you want to make sure
Right.
they're level. So all I did was take two 2x4s that are about a foot and a half long, screwed them together, and then another
Right.
two, same, screw them together, put them on the opposite side with two cans of safe heat underneath, pot in a pan, done.
Okay. Um, you know what? Sir Charles and Mr. Winston Beans has a question. I worry
Yeah,
about living in a subdivision with my grill and living in the city. Worried about smells bringing in people looking for food. What are your ideas?
I just told you, safe heat, do it indoors. You don't need a grill outside at all. It's called
Okay.
safe heat. They're small cans. They look like the ones that you would use for chafing dishes, but they're different because
Okay.
there's a wick and not a gel. So Google safe heat and don't get the ones that don't say safe heat on them. They're not worth the money you think they are. Most of them work for 2 hours. Some work for three. These work for six. So, just put the lid back on it in order to blow it out. Because, you're just snuffing the flame out. That's all. That's the best advice on that one.
All right.
Yeah, that's one of the things that Nikki and I were talking about one day. We were like, okay, well, we got all this food, but you got to make sure you can cook it. right?
Er,
Um, so we did the food, the water, and the cooking almost immediately when we started hearing about this, and we've been going with it ever since. I do need to get more of those.
Yeah, I'm gonna look now on darn it, on
Mindy, not sterno, although sterno will work if you have it, that's fine, but safe heat is better. And they're not much more, if any, more money.
Safe Heat, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now I'm looking it up to see if my Sam's has it.
Yeah. Provident Prepper also mentions safe heat quite a bit on their site. So you can go on to Provident Prepper. They did an entire video on it. And I know Kylene over there, she's awesome. So go on to Provident Prepper and just Google safe heat or heating food. And
Okay.
they did a good video.
And you said with the gel, right?
No, I said not with the gel. It's a wick.
Okay.
Safe heat has a wick. Yeah, and Lackey, solar ovens, great idea. I don't have one of those yet.
6 hours of burn time, clean burning canned heat
Um,
formation. Power pad feature for enhanced still
so
resist.
some people on here, as well as before, are saying Red Dawn. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that's all part of the force majeure.
but that
Um,
was Russia that invaded.
yeah, well, it was in the USA, but yes, it was technically Russia. But the idea of it is, I think, that they're leading to is the parachutes dropping from the sky more than anything. Um, is it possible for something like that to happen? Well, they put a plan in place for it because what was read off to you about the 6,900 protocols wasn't something I dreamt up. Okay. I wrote it direct from the protocol itself. It took me 3 days to type that darn thing out. It's a pretty scary prospect, some of the things that they have in place, but they have them in place for a reason. And do I think it can happen? Yes. And I think if it ever could, we are closer to that time frame now than we ever were. And
Good.
I'm not saying that, I'm not saying that to cause fear. That is not the point of this. So don't try calling me a fearmonger, please. That's not what it's about.
I
What?
hate that. I hate that.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
Fear
they
mongering.
do it all the time. I mean, and no offense to you guys, I'm not saying you guys do it. There are people that do it all the time to me. Just don't. It's not worth it. I'm not going to spend or waste my energy on it. But it is true that it absolutely can happen. Some people don't like what I say. Quite frankly, I don't care if you like what I say or not. What I care about is that you hear what I say and then you take that information and you do what you want with it. But if we don't get the information out, you won't have a chance. So that's why we're letting you know. You don't have to take our advice. I feel bad if you don't, only because the warning signs are there. I'm not the only one saying it. And now there are other videos, other people coming out with force majeure, and they're not coming against me on it, they're actually reinforcing it. So believe it or not, believe what you wish. Isn't that something I say all the time, Autumn? Believe what you wish,
I know.
you know? But please listen to that video 2 and 3 times if you have to.
I know.
I'm sorry, Marcy. I didn't answer apparently. What about food stamps? What do you want to know about food stamps?
I guess maybe would that be a part of the UBI?
That's a good question. I'll have to look that one up. I don't know. I
Cadwin,
think
I'm doing the same thing.
I think it's a good possibility um, that yeah, all of those programs would be rolled into one. If food stamps will be one of them, it wouldn't shock me. I can't answer that right now.
This too. Can you see that, Cadwin? That too, because it'll hold the things on top with the heating underneath.
Well, yeah, if you're looking for a chafing dish, yes.
Well, I always have those. I always
Okay.
have those. I
Yeah.
buy them like in bulk. I
Yeah,
always
but
do.
even with safe heat, all you need is an oven rack to put over it
I
in a
know, but
couple of,
I'm just saying I always buy those things.
yeah. Well, and that's great. If you can, awesome. But get the safe heat and then economically do it the other way. I mean, that's what I had to do. I made it work. Um, and you know what? It's one of those that the safe heat, I'll just say it one more time. It's one of those preps that if you don't use it, it's not going to go bad. It doesn't have an expiration date on it. There are a bunch of cans in a case and just stick them on a shelf. Okay, find a spot to stick them, or I don't know, put them somewhere. Just remember where you have them for when the lights go out. Keep them near your flashlights or whatever. Um, you won't go wrong getting those.
I know. That's why I'm ordering them.
Yeah, I thought I
Marcy,
told you about those before.
What did you want to know about food stamps? Because I just saw your comment again. You said, "What about food stamps? What do you need to know about food stamps, honey?"
Texas Janet, did I see the video about Russia and Great Britain? Yes, I did, and I know about it. There's going to be an exercise. I might as well just say it. I wasn't gonna. There's going to be a military exercise. Fun, fun. Not the topics I like to talk to. And yes, Great Britain and Russia and the Ukraine and the United States. Hey, let's throw us in there because we can't keep our nose to ourselves, right? Um, isn't that for the 28th of this month? I forget what they call it. What is it? SRM 102 or SRM 21 or something like that. Yeah. Um, anyway, that ought to be interesting. I believe it's the 28th of this month. So why don't you schedule it around the same time as you schedule the other stuff, right?
Kick us while we're already down, you mean?
No, do it all at one time so that it's either being done for a distraction or it's being done so that people think that, or don't think that there's more than one thing going on at a time.
Right.
This is going to be a big deal because it's only going to take the USA sticking their nose where it doesn't belong. And I think they'll test the waters, the Russian waters. Yeah. People already did that this week. It wasn't us, but people did it. Yeah, more chaos.
Ginger ale.
What?
Brandy asked me if I was drinking a slushy, and I said no, ginger ale.
Root beer. And coffee. I have coffee here too, but they don't really go together. So I haven't been drinking much for coffee this week. I drank more yesterday, but I kind of cut back a lot. Um, I didn't make any videos. I don't know what you're talking about, TM. That was Autumn. I just delivered the info for her to make the video. Um, anyway, all right. I didn't see any other force majeure questions. If I missed them, I am sorry. You can shoot them to me by email if you want.
So the
Um,
Polygon, Cyber Polygon scheduled for July 9th.
yeah,
Wasn't Alaska Prepper just talking about that? That's
yeah,
what I thought.
yeah. Yeah, check his video out. He's got it pretty well detailed.
Yeah, he's really awesome.
He is. I love Rudy. He's awesome. Um, thank you, Angel. So anyway, um, one thing we've got to mention before time is up here on the other video that Autumn has done with regard to helping anyone with regard to the 195 investment thing. If anybody does want to do it, if you are outside the United States, I have to say no. I'm sorry, I wasn't clear on that in the beginning. So if you are in the United States, we can help you. If you are not, I have to take you off the list. So if you wouldn't mind re-emailing me to let me know that you are not in the United States and take me off the list, because I'd have to. Sorry. I did international banking, but I don't do international investing. So anybody else that wants in on it, I will have an email going out to everybody next week. I'm not clear on the day. It may not be Monday, but it'll definitely be by Thursday. You'll all get it. It's going to be one email made out, cut and paste, sent to everybody. And, but it is from me. So, you can read it over. It's not super long, super easy. If you have any questions, just shoot me back the questions. Has to be on email. That way there, at least you've got it in writing. Okay. And anybody else that wants to come against me on it, all I'm going to tell you is if you want to do it, do it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. If you think I'm doing something that I shouldn't be doing or that I'm not qualified for it, fine, think what you wish. But I'm not saying for people to do this if you have one last dime, okay? No, I've always said from the beginning, prep with food, make sure you have water, try to get silver if you can. If you can get gold, great. Make sure you have your preps first and then do something. People have been emailing me, and that's why we're doing this. People have been emailing and saying, what else can I do? Is there something more I can do? Well, this is something more you can do. Somebody else turned around and said to someone else on another prepper channel that I said that 195 will make you rich. That is not what I said. What I
No.
said is it can help you to prep better. It can help you to replace our lost income over time. I did not say it was ever going to make anyone rich at any time. I can make people rich. I can. I actually do very good at that. I have a way with numbers. Letters I have a problem with. I'm actually dyslexic when it comes to letters. Believe it or not, I change or reverse letters all the time, but not with numbers. I'm very good at it. So if you want to do it, do it. If you don't, don't. I'm not here to hurt anybody. I'm here to help you in any way I can. If you just want some advice, I'll give you whatever advice I can. I kept it as low as I could. And the reason why is because honestly, I thought if we had 10 people, at least we could do something with that at 195. If we have 50 people, we can still do something with that. It will take a while, but it can be done. So the idea is to flip it by doubling it and then get it back to you as quick as possible. And you're at zero risk. If anybody wants to come against me for trying to help others, well, I've been helping others since I was 13 or 14. I was the anti-bully in my school. So I don't care what you say about me. I don't care what you want to think about me. You're not hurting me any. You're just hurting other people by making them think that, oh, I shouldn't do that because someone else said something. Anything I can do to help you out, I will. Is that enough, Autumn? Or do you want me to say anything else? Okay. Brandy, 3 years of prep is nice. Yes, and for those that can do it, great. A lot of people can't store that much stuff, but yes, I would strongly recommend attaining a 3 years worth in prep. And the reason why isn't because I think you're going to be stuck in your home for 3 years. It's because the food prices are going to go up. So if you got a year to a year and a half, and we can help you build onto that by doing this, then we've got a good head start. So do what you want to do. And just, be careful. That's all. I have no problem with people checking me out. No problem whatsoever. It's been one of my goals from the beginning since I started talking to Autumn is to help her build her channel. And I know that this will help too, so I'm certainly not going to risk that. Time is running short. Yeah, time is definitely running short. Somebody else said, I don't see us having 2 or 3 years to do something like that. Yeah, I question that too. But I can't let that stop me from trying. Heidi, can we do it in July? I'm not saying you have to do it right now today, but we are already on what, 24th, 25th? It's going to be 26th for the new week. At some point, I'm going to have to say that round of people ends. And the reason why is because I can't let somebody else come into that group of people putting money in 6 months later. And then when that year is up, it's now equally divided because you've only been in it for 6 months. That wouldn't be fair. So I have to end that round of people. That doesn't mean we can't do another round of people later. But at some point I have to close that out. We have not booked that date yet. Right now, I was just mentioning it so that we can find out what kind of interest people have in it. Honestly, I didn't expect to get hundreds of emails. But we have. So let's start with the fact that anybody that's not in the United States has to come off. And then go from there. See who's still interested. You do not have to send me another email if you are. I would strongly suggest you send me an email if you're not. But wait until you get the information next week and read it. Very simple. What happens if the grid goes down? Yeah, that's going to be the case with anything, right? Even if you have investments in a 401k or a CD at a bank, if the grid goes down, we're going to have problems with all of it. So what are we going to do? We're going to make the best of it with that. What?
Elliot.
Okay. Elliot, yeah. Stop it. Elliot, cut it out. RJB, you can ask all those questions, but in the email, I will clarify all of that, okay? It's a fairly good detail. So wait for the email. Diva Jefferson, yes, I got your email. Most of them I remember your names, which is good for 100 plus. Megan, why wait for a year to pay out half? Well, I mean, that was the plan originally in talking about it. I think as we go, it's not like we can't take a collective vote and find out where people are at and where the state of the economy is at. And if people want to be paid out, take a vote on it. But I will say that if randomly we're pulling money out, it will affect how the remainder of the investment will make profit. So we do want to watch what we do.
Run, open. Run.
Do I have any advice for those with little space on how to store preps? You know, storage with regard to preps, that's the biggest issue, really, other than buying them. First is buying them, and then it's where the heck do you put them? Yeah, that is something only you can do. You've got to think outside the box Headspace. Think about headspace. Do you have tall ceilings? Do you have any way to be able to create any space up there?
Yeah.
You know?
This is why I've put a lot underneath beds,
Yeah.
behind the couch. You
Yeah.
know, I had to become really creative.
Yeah.
I had to throw out a lot to make a lot of room for new
Right.
stuff.
Well,
Huh.
you don't have basements. At least here we do.
Yeah,
So,
no, I don't have basement. No, I wish, but I don't.
right. I saw I forget who did it, but somebody did a video where they did the 50-gallon water bottle 50-gallon water barrels
I saw
underneath
that.
the bed. So they elevated the bed, and I thought that
Yeah.
was wow.
I
That
mean,
was
that's irrational in my opinion.
well,
Can you imagine? I mean, you need a ladder to get up in bed. Who wants to do
it was a guest bed, so I guess it makes sense in that case. But at that point, I just do one of those, I don't know, fold down beds or something in another space of the house if you were going to do that, or a pull out couch or something like that. Um, but yeah, that it was unique. Anyway, yeah, I've never not had a place with a basement, so I wouldn't know what to do with that. Bunk beds. Well, yeah, maybe.
that?
What?
Oh,
What?
that would take a lot of 5-gallon buckets that are full, heavy. I'm
What?
thinking
Oh no,
bunk
you're thinking what?
bunk
I
beds. That's a
I
really good idea to build them out of like 5-gallon buckets that are full of like rice and beans and things like that. And then you just build them up and plank them out. Huh. It's a really
yeah,
good idea.
yeah.
Sorry. I'm thinking, yeah.
I guess. Yeah, it would be awfully hot. Yeah, it would be. You're up at the ceiling at that point. Um, yeah.
Oh, Janet asked you a question. Did you see that?
Sorry, I missed it. Let me see. Let me see. Where is it? I still don't see it. There it is. Um, Janet, it's going to be level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it'll be explained in the email. You'll know what I mean when you see that. Okay. But the answer is yes. Uh, yeah, I wouldn't store food in your attic either.
Oh,
I
no.
don't care. I don't care how mouse proof or bug proof it is. I wouldn't. Any
No.
fluctuation in the temperature to that degree, whether it be hot or cold. In my old house, I had the spray foam insulation in the ceiling,
Yeah.
so it actually stayed the same temperature as the rest of the house. But even then, I would not put it in the attic. I just wouldn't do it.
Good night, baby fox.
Uh, Good night, baby fox. I don't know your name, but good night. Um, what?
Huh.
Huh, that's a different one.
Yeah, you saw that?
Did you see
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. I don't know that I want to do that.
Good night, Krista Crafts.
Um, anyway, yeah, it is 9, so I
Yeah.
don't know. Do you guys have anything else you want to ask? You're more than welcome. If it's about the program and doing any of that, please wait for the email. I got tons of, you know, I'm sure I'll get tons of emails in response for questions, and that's fine. I can handle that. Anything else on force majeure tonight? That was kind of a random topic for tonight, but you guys were asking, so if I missed anything, I apologize. If you want to send me an email and ask me about that, go ahead. Just don't complain if it takes me a few days to get to it. I will do it though. Good night, Brandy.
All right. So have
All right.
a good night, everyone. I love you. I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay positive, keep prepping, and as always, fear less. Good night, everyone.
Good night.